This is in the center of town, which to me, being kind of old school, I love that. Nobody has that anymore. They build it out by the high school in some pasture land. It's in the middle of nowhere. The only reason you recognize it is you see the lights 5 or 6 times a year. Here, we're on 80. The aesthetic update, I think, not only helps the school and our kids, but I think it helps our town. And I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I'm surprised we hadn't had more wrecks out there. But Mr. Messer, the only thing that we could do is extend parking eventually, and that's on phase 2 and 3 long term. There's the building when we do the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Hall of Famer inductees used to have to stay under the bleachers, and now some of them are getting a little long in the tooth. It's tough to get them out in that heat, so we'll get them in here, treat them right, have some refreshments and things like that. It's just a good thing to have for the years, because we want to honor that, and that's been a research night. We're going to get our sidelines wider on both sides, because it wasn't safe for either side, to be honest with you, not to standard. And if you played on the visitor side, it's rough. It's real tight. So we can actually get our cheerleaders out here, which is a good thing. But if you'll notice on all the fencing, there's a cap. Because we're going to encourage, if you want to stand, stand. That's what Friday night football is really about. Hang with your brothers and tell them how great you were in high school, and every year you get a lot better. But what it also does is takes people out of the stands. So by putting that cap where people will stand, we've increased our seating capacity quite a bit, believe it or not. Because before, we ran them off when they were standing there. Now I'm going to encourage them to stand there. And there'll be a lot of ladies and gentlemen that really like it.
You grew up standing on there.
Walk the fence.
Yeah.
Walk the fence.
That's it. That's exactly right. So, to answer your question, Mr. Messer, the bottom line is we'll need more parking, but we've done some things that will help that. In that, we're not going to have all our kids parked here, like band and drill and cheer and all that. We're going to bus them in, drop them off, take the bus back. So that will open up a lot of parking out here. We have more ADA spots. The goal is to get our senior citizens up as close as possible, and we'll run a shuttle from some of the baseball and Inferno parking lots.
So that's 65 and above, right? We get special.
Well, other than you, yes.
Mr. French, this looks like a great auction donation item. A couple seats here in the press box.
It was abundantly clear from the city and the chamber end and from the school district end is that perception was a problem. And perception becomes reality. When people saw an older stadium, although somewhat functional, it was a symbol or symbolic of a regressive school system, not a progressive school system. So having this and a little reception area where we'll have some donated catering, hint, if anybody wants to do it. We're reaching out to other communities. When other communities come to our school, we'll have advertisement about our school district and our town on that video board every single time. Because we're trying to change the mindset that's fixed about terrorism. We're trying to change what they think about us, which we know is unfair and untrue. But every opportunity we have to sell our product, we're going to take that opportunity. If you're against football and press boxes, understand this is a sales room. That's all it is. It's just a tool. It's just like in a church. When the pastor says, we got to build a gym for the kids. You're not building a gym for the kids. You're building a tool to reach lost people. It's the same exact thing. We're building a tool to reach those people that have lost their way and have no sense of reality, what Terrell is really about. And we're going to sell that, and we're going to talk about that every time somebody's in here. That's what you do up here. It's just a venue to attract people.